Okay, we are back and we are here playing some Warhammer Fantasy 8th Edition. Today we're going to have 3,600 points of Skaven against 3,600 points of Empire. Why 3,600 points? Because that's what we decided to do. That's what we came up with, so that's what we're going to play. Here's a look at our table. We have kind of a Empire village, some old ruins on the outside that the Skaven are going to invade from. We've got 3 buildings, building in the center. Got some ruins, a couple forests that'll be mysterious. And we're also playing on our new battle mat from Gale Force 9. Got this the other day, double-sided. We'll see that city side maybe later in some Flames of War reports. But yeah, that's our table there. And we will take you guys over to the armies. Okay, the Skaven are back again. Here's our 3,600 points of Skaven. They're going to be led by a Grey Seer, who he rolled up 3 Warpstone tokens. He bought 2 Warpstone tokens. He's going to have Scorch, Skitterleap, Crack's Call, and Death Frenzy. He's also bringing along the Scalm and the Talisman of Preservation. We've got a level 1 Warlock with Warp Lightning. And the Vermin Lord is back. He's bringing Pestilence Breath, Vermintide, Cloud of Corruption, and Curse of the Horned Rat. Backing up those guys will be the Warlord on a Bonebreaker, the Skaven BSB, who I believe has a Warlock augmented weapon. No, he's got a Halberd. The Warlord has the augmented weapon. We've got 1 little engineer carrying around the Skaven Brew, and we have an assassin that'll be hidden somewhere. We've got 2 Rat Darts, unit of 40 Plague Monks. We've got a unit of 8 ninjas, Warp Lightning Cannon, Doom Wheel, Poison Wind Globadiers. We have a block of 46 Storm Vermin with a, what is this little guy called? What is that, a Warp Grinder gun?
Which one?
I don't know, whatever that thing is. I forget what he's called.
What thing?
The little Skaven weapon team.
Oh, is that the Rattling Gun?
Rattling Gun, thank you. Been working on Imperial Guard and Flames of War stuff, so I'm completely out of the Skaven verbiage. Alright, we've got 8 Rat Ogres with 3 Pack Masters. We've got a unit of 42 Giant Rats with 8 Pack Masters, and we've got Squeal Gnawtooth in the back leading them up, so they'll get some kind of random benefit. A block of 30 Clan Rats with a Poison Wind Mortar, and then a duplicate block of 30 Clan Rats with a Poison Wind Mortar. And that's it. That is 3,600 points of Skaven. So we will go over to the Empire and see what they're bringing to the party. All right, take me through the Empire list. What do we got?
Block of 50 Halberdiers, 18 Inner Circle Knights, 25 Great Swords, 4 Demigryph Knights, though those are probably like dire wolves or something.
Okay.
2 units of 5 Pistoliers, a Steam Tank, because why wouldn't you bring a tank to battle?
Exactly.
10 Crossbowmen, 2 units of 12 Handgunners, 2 Great Cannons, Hellblaster Volley Gun with the Master Engineer, 2 Captains, 2 Wizards, 1 Life and 1 Shadow. I'm sure based on color you can guess which is which.
Yeah, it's a little obvious.
What are these guys
Warrior
called?
Priest?
Warrior Priest on horseback. a captain who's going to be a standard bearer, and a witch hunter. And for our lords, we got an archlector, what are they called? Like a grand wizard?
Yeah.
A grand wizard with
Wizard
lore
Lord.
of
Wizard Lord.
Wizard Lord with the lore of fire, and a general of the empire.
Nice. All right. What spells did your wizards get?
Excuse me.
Oh,
My shadow wizard got Melicloth's Mystifying Miasma and Pit of Shades.
Ooh.
My life wizard got Dwellers Below and Throne of Vines. And my fire wizard got Flamestorm, Flaming Sword of Ruin, Piercing Bolts of Burning, and the Burning Head. A lot of burning and flaming.
Yes, got a lot of good stuff there. All right, so that is both armies. We will go ahead and get all deployed and bring you guys back after deployment. Here we are, all deployed. I don't think we mentioned it before, but we are just playing a battle line scenario today. Both sides are all set up. On the Skaven side, we've got Doomwheel, Vermin Lord, Plague Monks with their Frenzied Marker, Rat Dart, Rat Ogres with their Frenzied Marker, Giant Rats, Squeal Gnawtooth gave them Regenerate, Warp Lightning Cannon. We've got Clan Rats with their Poison Wind Mortar. In there we have the Grey Seer and the Battle Standard. We've got the Storm Vermin with the Warlord. There's our little engineer carrying the Skaven Brew. And the Skaven Brew gave them Rabid, so that's their Frenzy marker. This is my reminder to roll the D6 to see how many casualties they take each turn. We have another Rat Dart. Another unit of Clan Rats with the Warlock with the Warp Lightning, Poison Wind Mortar, and Poison Wind Globadiers. Hidden, we have the Assassin hidden somewhere on the board, and then we have the Gutter Runners, Ninjas who are in ambushing. All right, you want to take us through the Empire side?
Okay. Got the Steam Tank, Pistoliers, Inner Circle Knights, Great Cannon, Handgunners, Halberdiers, more Handgunners, Hellblaster, more Pistoliers, Great Swords, the other Great Cannon, Crossbowmen, and Wolf Knights.
All right, where are your characters at?
Got a Captain and a Wizard with the Great Swords, a Warrior Priest and a Wizard with the Knights.
Oh yeah, that's the Shadow Wizard was a change. He was actually supposed to be mounted, so he's with the Knights.
My General, the Standard Bearer, my Wizard Lord, and the Archlector in with the Halberdiers, and the Witch Hunter and the other Captain with the Crossbowmen.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so there we go. We're all deployed. We're going to roll to see who goes first. The Empire gets the +1. Skaven got a 5. Empire gets a 7. So Empire is going first. All right, we'll bring you guys back after Empire turn 1. All right, this is where things are sitting at the end of Empire turn 1. The Pistoliers, they vanguarded up, which we didn't get a chance to show. They shot and killed 2 Poison Wind Globadiers, and then the Poison Wind Globadiers broke and ran to here. The cannon off the steam tank took out 1 Clan Rat off of this unit. The Pistoliers over here, they killed a couple Plague Monks, and then the cannon back there took out a couple more, so they've lost half a rank. And and that cannon over there next to the storehouse managed to take 3 wounds off of my Warp Lightning cannon, so it has 1 wound left. So a pretty good start to the Empire's turn. We'll go over to Skaven turn 1 and see what we can come up with. here we are at the end of Skaven Turn 1. Magic was a bit of a bust because I rolled a whopping 2 dice. This rat dart tried to charge the pistoliers and ended up failing, but then lost a rat in the process. Over here, from the Skaven brew, the storm vermin lost 2 storm vermin. The rattling gun here took out a knight on that big unit of knights. The poison wind mortar took out another one, and then the warp lightning cannon managed to clip them and took out. So in total, we took out 5 knights this turn. So that was a pretty good turn of events. Over here, the other rat dart tried to charge the pistoliers, and the pistoliers had a good stand and shoot, so the rats ended up breaking. The plague monks passed their frenzy test, and over here, the doom wheel put 1 wound on the demigryphs. The vermin lord moved up to there. Oh, which we got to roll and see what kind of woods that is. That's going to be a 3. We'll have to look that up. So yeah, that's where we stand. The poison wind globadiers are gone. They ran off the table. They couldn't rally from last turn. So that is where we're at, and we are getting ready to move over to Empire Turn 2. All right, end of Empire Turn 2, and things are looking pretty good for the Empire. The pistoliers came around over here and managed to take out our plague wind mortar. The cannon over there took out a couple clan rats over here. The cannon over there clipped some of these clan rats. The handgunners took out a few of my giant rats. The Hellblaster unloaded on the plague monks, taking out 12 of them. All in all, that's not good. A lot of these guys, the crossbowmen and the pistoliers, bounced some shots off the vermin lord. And then over here, the demi-wolves, they charged and broke the doom wheel, who fled from combat. They couldn't quite catch him, but they're only a few inches behind him, and they did 2 wounds to him. Oh, and almost before I forget, over here in combat, the knights charged the storm vermin. The storm vermin did a couple wounds to the knights, but we lost about 13 storm vermin in return. But now we're through the knights' lances, so hopefully next turn it'll be a little bit more in our favor. But the knights did have a flaming sword on them at the time, so that'll help them out if they get any hits through next turn. Apart from that, that's about it. The Empire is definitely sitting in a pretty good place right now. I'll see what I can get my rats to do. All right, we'll catch you guys back up after Skaven Turn 2. All right, Turn 2 was a nice turnaround for the Skaven. Over here, the Doom Wheel rallied. It did misfire when rolling for its zap and did another wound to itself, and now it can only move 2d6 inches, but it did rally, so that was a surprise. Over here, the Vermin Lord really showed the Empire what he can do using a... what is it? Not Pestilence Breath. Using Cloud of Corruption, he was able to take out 4 of the knights there. He took out 2 of the pistoliers, and he took out 1 of these crossbowmen who he was in combat with. He then proceeded to beat them in combat and break them. He's chasing after them. The plague monks here failed their restraint test, and they were forced to charge the pistoliers who chose to flee, so they just got a failed charge, which I was kind of hoping to reform them, but, you know, it is what it is. I'll take pistoliers fleeing over that. The giant rats charged a unit of handgunners in the center who broke, and then they overran into the halberdiers, so that's going to be messy. The gutter runners showed up and took out a cannon. Over here, in a bit of a surprise, I thought I would win this combat with the storm vermin, but they actually ended up breaking the knights, and the knights are now fleeing. We didn't quite catch them though. The rattling gun took out some of my own clan rats, so that's always fun. So now we have these pistoliers ready to roll up my flank. Over here, the warp lightning cannon misfired, but luckily it just isn't shooting this turn. So some things, yeah, did go wrong, but all in all, it puts the Skaven in a pretty good place. We'll see how the Empire comes back on Empire Turn 3. All right, end of Empire Turn 3, and this is what we're looking at. The Demi-Wolf Knights over here charged the Doom Wheel, and they won combat by 1, and the Doom Wheel failed and ran off the table. The Wolves took the opportunity to restrain and reform. Over here, the Crossbowmen with the Witch Hunter rallied. Moving over to here, the Great Swords charged the Plague Monks. The Plague Monks actually won this combat, but the stubborn Great Swords ended up holding. Over here, I kind of saw this one going differently in my mind because the one thing I did not count on was the Archlector there throwing 4 dice into Soulfire, giving the whole unit flaming attacks onto my regenerating giant rats. So needless to say, the Halberdiers really butchered the giant rats, won that combat, and they are on the run, but they couldn't catch them. Over here, the handgunners managed to pluck off a few more storm vermin. The Hellblaster, before all this got in the way, had managed to get a good round of shooting into the rat ogres, only did 2 wounds to the rat ogres, but killed all 3 of the Packmasters. So now the rat ogres are stubborn and frenzied. The unit of knights over here, they rallied, and the warrior priest gave them a ward save. Over here, the steam tank slammed into the side of these clan rats, won the combat. The clan rats were steadfast, so then they also passed their leadership test to reform at the end of the combat. And these pistoliers gunned down my sad little rattling gun. So that is where we're at. So not looking great for the Skaven. I definitely saw this turn going differently in my mind, but we'll see what we come up with after turn 3. We still got a Vermin Lord over there who's itching to tear up some humans. And then we'll see what the Storm Vermin can do to the remainder of that Knight unit. All right, we'll catch you guys back up after Skaven Turn 3. All right, this is how things stand at the end of Skaven Turn 3. The Warp Lightning Cannon took out 4 Halberdiers. The Plague Wind Mortar in return took out another 4 Halberdiers. The Giant Rats rallied, so that's a plus. The Rat Ogres were not able to charge because the Giant Rats were in the way. The Plague Monks got Death Frenzy cast on them and only lost 1 monk to the Death Frenzy, which came in handy because they took out 8 of the Great Swords. The Vermin Lord managed to take out the last of the Crossbowmen, the Witch Hunter, and a Captain that were over in that corner. So hopefully he doesn't get Grape Shot to the face next turn. Moving over here, the Storm Vermin charged into the Knights again. We won that combat, but the Knights were able to hold. And over here, the Clan Rats bounced some weapons off the side of the steam tank, only annoying the driver slightly. Magic, not much happened with Magic, other than getting Death Frenzy off, and the Vermin Lord got off Cloud of Corruption, which killed a couple of those crossbowmen that he was in combat with. But other than that, Magic didn't really yield anything. So we are off to Empire Turn 4. We'll catch you guys back up after that. right, that was an interesting turn for the Empire. The steam tank pummeled these rats, and they have taken off. These pistoliers came up and shot and killed my what is that? Plague Wind Mortar. Over here, the what is it? Storm Vermin and the Warlord ended up beating the Knights, beating them up pretty badly. They're still super frenzied. But the Knights ended up passing their leadership test because they're just within range of the battle standard. Over here, I would like to say that my rats did all that damage, but what was it? 19 halberdiers were lost to a calamitous detonation thanks to the wizard casting. What did he cast? The Burning Head?
Yeah, the Burning Head.
Yeah. So, which only killed a few rats in that unit. Then what's left of the halberdiers beat the rats in combat and ran to that point. Again, the rats could not flee through the rat ogres, so I'm stuck with rat ogres that can't charge anything. Over here, again, the plague monks won, but we left one lone great sword champion there, so they're still stubborn. So that's holding up the plague monks. And the cannon did shoot the Vermin Lord in the face, but left him limping on one wound. So he's going to get his revenge next turn. And back there, the Hellblaster turned around and fired into the ninjas, but they did pass their panic test. So that is where we sit. I think it's tilted a little bit in the Empire's favor. We have a couple chances to do something, but I think turn 4 might be make or break. So we'll catch you guys back up after Skaven turn 4. Okay, this is where we stand at the end of Skaven turn 4. The Warp Lightning Cannon missed a wonderful chance. We got a dead center shot on these guys with 3 Wolf Riders under the template, strength 10, and rolled triple ones to wound. So that was very disappointing. There was much crying over that one. Over here, the Plague Monks did finally take out the last of the Great Swords and the 2 characters with them. Only 2 Plague Monks died from the Death Frenzy. Over here, the Giant Rats rallied and reformed. Over there, the Storm or the Vermin Lord defeated the cannon and then overran to there. The ninjas took out 2 crew members on the cannon. The Warlord and what's left of the Storm Vermin beat the Knights but couldn't quite catch them. And there is only the Storm Vermin champion left because 2 of them died to Death Frenzy. Over here, these guys rallied, tried to throw a Warp Lightning at the steam tank, but it bounced off. Oh, the Vermin Lord also did hit the Halberdier unit with Curse of the Horned Rat, and they managed to roll triple 6s to stop it. So that was we had many chances to seize victory this turn, and it just seems like the fates were against us. I think right now we're running short on time, and everybody's kind of tired, so I think we're going to call this one a draw, because there's the decent chance that these guys could sweep into either the Rat Ogres or the Warp Lightning Cannon, and maybe clean up the back ranks here, along with the Steam Tank finishing off these guys. But then the Warlord can probably take that, and if we have a decent chance of taking out the Halberdiers and lots of points there with magic or with combat with frenzied Plague Monks. Though Hellblaster has a decent chance of killing the Vermin Lord. He's got 1 wound left. So if they manage to get a good roll of shooting, they can probably take him out. But then the ninjas are going to finish off the Hellblaster. So I think this one is good to call a draw. What do you think?
I think that might be a good place to stop.
Yeah, this was a fun game. It was pretty close all the way through. I was happy with this one. I would say my star of the game is probably the Storm Vermin and the Warlord over there. They definitely worked a lot this turn. The Plague Monks did a lot of work too, so I can't rule them out. What about you? Who's your man of the match?
I think my men of the match are going to be my artillery, the steam tank, and the pistoliers. The pistoliers are really nice. They managed to sweep across the map, just wiping out the weapon teams and of course the Globadiers.
Yeah, sadly the Globadiers didn't get to do anything.
My artillery definitely did really nice. The cannons definitely did their job, and the Hellblaster was also really nice. I think if it weren't for it just killing off those Packmasters, those Rat Ogres would have just came into me.
Well, I think the biggest thing that kept the Rat Ogres from doing anything is getting stuck behind the giant rats. I kind of messed myself up with that deployment. Originally, the idea was to just put them back here to get the Rat Ogres, the giant rats, and the Plague Monks in this corner, and then the giant rats were supposed to go out, and the Rat Ogres were supposed to go in a different direction. But the Plague Monks ended up getting stalled behind those great swords. So I kind of set myself up for that one. But that's a live and learn.
And
Don't park the Rat Ogres behind the giant rats.
And of course, the steam tank did really well, managing to pretty much hold this entire part of my flank.
Oh yeah, the steam tank did extremely well. I thought these guys were cooked.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a fun game. Definitely worthy of a rematch later down the road. I think next up we're going to be either playing some 40k or we're going to go back to Flames of War. We'll see what the winds of fate bring us there. But thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.
All right, we'll call it a draw.